God bless you, saints. Many times, men, but women as well, get tempted to have sex outside of God's perfect plan of marriage between a man and a woman. They think it's about sex, but it's about something much bigger than that. It's about the enemy's attempt to destroy you, about him getting legal right to come in and impact your children, your grandchildren, your bloodline, and rip out every hope of promise and joy that you could ever think of. Let's go through a few examples in Scripture. Numbers 25, 1 to 9. It's a great example. Children of Israel, they have, up until now, they are literally invincible. They're headed to the promised land, and they are just destroying every army that's in the way. And then they come to the land of Moab, and King Balak is nervous and calls the prophet Balaam to bail them out. And Balaam gives them some advice in Revelation 2:14. Balaam says, just get the people to sin, and God will stop them cold in their tracks. And what the king of Moab does, he sends out beautiful women to seduce the men and to drive them into idolatry. And the men take it hook, line, and sinker. Easy to be knocked out. And as a result, the wrath of God comes and over 24,000 men are destroyed just like that. See, the men thought it was about sex, but it was about destruction. And that's what the enemy will do. Let me give you another example. David, mighty man of God, leaned and trusted in the Lord for every battle and never lost a battle, never went home with his tail between his legs, always victorious. But as soon as he committed adultery with Bathsheba, that opened up the door for destruction. So now, look at David. His son rapes his daughter. His other son kills that son for raping his daughter. That son named Absalom comes after the throne and chases him away. And David, for the first time, is fleeing his palace with his tail between his legs. And then that son sleeps with all of David's concubines and further brings more disgrace to the kingdom. And ultimately, David loses both sons, and his daughter is traumatized. He thought it was about sex, but the enemy really wanted to destroy his legacy and his kingdom and bring it to a halt. See, man can be, and we can be so simple-minded. And I can't talk about this topic without speaking about Samson. He is an easy target and has gone to the well of lust quite a bit. And here he is, the Philistines set him up with Delilah. And she finds out that by cutting his hair, he ultimately destroys his consecration and his vow. And now he ends up being reduced to a blind slave, loses his judgeship and his dignity. And there he is, all because of his falling for lust. See, it's never just about sex. We think it is. But the enemy's job is to use sex as a bait so that you can sin and so he can partner and come in and have legal right to come in and destroy you, your children, your grandchildren, your bloodline, so he can bring torment and destruction. It's never just about sex when it comes to the enemy. It's about sin and him having the right to destroy you.